GM. GM. So, November 16th was the Ethereum ETF filing for BlackRock. And what I'm looking at here is, I drew this out a few days ago saying, or a couple of weeks ago saying, don't buy up here, buy the next higher low. Ethereum's come down into that level, but definitely showing weakness. Now it's into support, that's fine. I expect a bounce. But like I said on daily levels, the price action's not telling me that Ethereum is really bullish over Bitcoin. And I think BTC, especially since we can go lower as well as going higher, right? There's no guarantee the prices just go up. We could have a few weeks where prices, bounce up but drop lower, go sideways and chop or whatever. And if this happened to Bitcoin, right? Here's what happened to Bitcoin. Let's just take away all the indicators and just look at the chart. Here's what happened to BTC. BlackRock applied around here. Right, BlackRock applied on, I think it was Thursday the 15th or Friday the 16th of June. We had a run up, came all the way across, right back down to where it started, slightly below it, reaccumulated, and away it goes. ETH, like I said, ETH was the 16th of November, which is where this pump was, I think. No, 16th was over here. Anyway, it was somewhere in this area. That's where ETH ETF was filed. So, given that Bitcoin, between its application by BlackRock and then its actual approval, given that Bitcoin retraced back to its announcement pump level, why would Ethereum not? So to me, I think probably it is holding here, as you can see at the 100. Let me put it on here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see ETH holding here and pumping, but then probably find its way down to here and then begin its ETF rally properly. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And if that is correct, I don't think that I really want to be holding ETH outside of the next bounce. Don't know if I want to be holding ETH over Bitcoin until maybe it retraces back to that level where it becomes a bit more attractive. Which then, when you look at it on a zoomed out perspective, it also sets up a really nice higher low into the bands, right? So the 50 and the 100 week, the 200 day as well. Where's that? 200 day moving average is down there. You have a lot of confluence down in this kind of 2K area as well as the round number. And it would be just yet another low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So to me, that seems to be a much better place to look at flipping back to ETH if going to flip back at all. And so while I'm certainly not bearish after such a sell-off, there's room for a short-term bounce, and I still think Ethereum does well this year, not just with ETF. As I said, I don't think ETF's going to be like the big winner that everyone seems to think it will, but ETH has all the other stuff. ETH has all the other narratives of, tech and, all the innovations in whatever, DeFi and NFTs and staking, restaking, account abstraction, fucking what else? I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. There's always something to pump ETH, EIP 4844, all that kind of stuff. But I struggle to see why ETH wouldn't go back to its BlackRock pump levels whenever Bitcoin did, and Bitcoin's like objectively a much bigger and stronger asset. So yeah, I would be, for me, I think my plan is get out of ETH on the next bounce, not into cash, just back into Bitcoin, and then consider ETH again if it does revisit these levels. I think that sets up a proper higher low, right? Where you had here's one, right? So let's look at let's do fib retracements. So it ran up to here and pulled back to about 75%. So I'll take off the 1.2, 0.2. I'll leave on the 75%. So ETH low up to the high at the merge, ran back below 75%, higher low, and pushed up. Then had from these lows up to these highs, pulled back into its higher low at exactly 0.618, so the golden ratio, and held around the 0.5. Ran up again from these lows up to where we are now. We've pulled back not quite 50% yet. The 0.618 again is right down there, so that's confluence with the 100 week, the 50 week, and the 200-day moving average, as well as being the BlackRock pump level. And of course, it could go a bit lower to the 0.75. So I just think it's probably better. You're probably going to get better chances to buy ETH, maybe even below 2K, again in the next couple of months. And I think that would make probably BTC a better hold over ETH in that time. As for Solana, which is kind of your other bet for tech, right? If Bitcoin is your money, then Solana or Ethereum is your tech. Solana USD just, to me, still needs to consolidate. I don't think there's like a major, massive move coming. But Sol ETH is one to keep an eye on. So how is Ethereum looking against Solana? And here we have it. So there's a daily chart of Sol ETH. Retraced the full way back of this pump here. Probably going to go into, again, consolidation. But Sol ETH to me looks like it's probably in a better position to be stronger. It's a bit early yet, but if it gets above here, I would say it's pretty confident that Sol ETH has bottomed. From here, it can still reject, right? It can still fall lower and end up, bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. But yeah, to me, as I look at that, I think Bitcoin, Solana are probably better holds. And I might go 75% BTC, 25% Solana after the next bounce, depending on what Ethereum does. So that's kind of how I'm viewing it from not necessarily a trading perspective, but which is my best holds for the next several months. I think I'm starting to lean more towards Bitcoin Sol. So that's it. GM. See you later. Live stream, 5 p.m. UTC.